What's up, PAXEast? Oh, my logo's green now. I didn't know there was such thing as green rain. Well, welcome everybody to my, this is my second time performing here in the Jamspace, and I would like to give a big thanks to all the people behind you guys who are managing all the sound and making all this sound good. You've got a nice selection, a plate of hors d'oeuvres, if you will, selection of Insaneintherainmusic songs that you're sure to enjoy. We've got a few special guests coming up towards the end of the set, and I will introduce the band shortly. But for now, here's a song from my favorite game soundtrack of all time, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Gen 4! Thank you, everybody. How many of you guys know what this is? Can you tell me what it is? Hey, Carlos, what's that weird instrument using in that one video? Oh, yeah, the robo-oboe. God. There are some, this is a cool instrument. I don't think it's talked about enough. It is basically, like it says, an electronic wind instrument. You can change it so it has different fingering systems to match, like if you play clarinet, you can still use it if you play tenor sax or alto sax or any type of sax, flute, oboe, you name it. It makes the transition easy as possible. You doing good back there?
Hey, my monitor turned off all of a sudden. It's back on now, but, you know.
Oh, well, that's strange.
That's weird.
Well, I'm going to be using the iwi in this next song, which is, I think, one of the 2 songs in this set that doesn't have a version on the YouTube channel. Maybe someday.
Nah.
You good?
Play for a second? Wait, it's off again. Yeah, my monitor's turned off again.
Can you still hear us? No?
I mean, I can sort of hear deaf ones, but like, The drum monitor or your in-ear? Drum monitor!
How many of you guys were at our video game music theory panel yesterday? Yes, thank you to the few of you. So that, if you guys don't know about that panel, it is called Video Game Music Theory Mode Select. Last year, myself, Family Jules, who was here somewhere, myself, Family Jules, Sav Eiene over there, and 8-Bit Music Theory, who's right there. We all got together and we did this fun panel about teaching music theory to people through video games. And a lot of people think that, well, music theory is like, really, it's like an old person thing. Nobody can learn that. It's so stupid. Like, do you even use music theory? And we wanted to present music theory in a way that was super accessible and understandable by everybody who came to our panel. So last year we did a series on the basics of music theory. And this year we're doing one called Mode Select. 1, because modes are important in music. And 2, I really wanted to make that pun. Doing good?
Yeah. Yes. Devlin, play quickly.
All right. And the panel is, we're taking the panel and presenting it at other conventions. So if you miss it at this particular PAXEast, you'll be able to see it at some other conventions sprinkled throughout the US and potentially Canada. So if you follow myself, Family Jules, Sab, and 8-Bit Music Theory on Twitter, you'll know when and if it gets to more conventions. So you can learn more about the wonderful things of music theory. Great. We're going to play a song from a video game. To that slap bass. That was the drummer on that, Yusuf Rashid on drums. Earlier we had a piano solo by John Sullivan. And laying down the sweet slap bass that I can never get because it's really hard. Devlin McDermott. I go to school at the Berklee College of Music, quite near here. So I'm very fortunate to be able to bring these fantastic musicians from a school that's so close. Just put them in a lift and say, hey, let's go. And they show up and they're good. So it's a very good thing. It's especially necessary when you play songs that are as hard as the one we're about to play. So prepare your ears. It's going to be good. unlike Wii Sports, you wouldn't think the theme song would be so ridiculously hard to play. I'm glad I didn't have to respond to that.
Oh god, man. Playing that song takes as much out of me as about a round of Wii boxing does. Man, or Wii Fit rhythm boxing, that game is crazy. Alright. We're gonna play a song composed by Mr. Toby Fox.
He's a fantastic human being.
If I had a pair of, I'm just totally steal this joke. If I had a pair of socks on right now that had lesser little dogs on them, they would be Toby socks.
Thanks a bunch. That featured Devlin McDermott on the bass solo. Which is the part where the audience starts talking over the bass solo, always.
Bass players rule.
I agree. One of the great things about the UE is that during bass solos, the UE can play low enough to fill in the part that the bass should be playing. That's cool. All right, we're gonna play something really slow and chill, and perhaps belongs on a vinyl record with a lot of scratches on it. Thank you. I'd now like to invite to the stage a guy who probably uses too much hair equipment. Where is he? Is he back over there? Oh, what? Family Jewels on the guitar, everybody.
Oh yeah, I need my guitar.
He didn't bring his guitar. It's not something you need. So that last song was Rosalina's Comet Observatory from Super Mario Galaxy, in case you didn't know. I don't think I announced some of the other songs. We just did Another Medium from Undertale before that one. And played the Wii Sports theme, which is ridiculously hard. Before that was Rude Buster from Deltarune, one of the best battle themes I think I've ever heard in a game. It sounds amazing. And then before that was Eterna Forest from Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, such a chill, amazing song. And our first tune was Big Blue from F-Zero. Now Jules is going to bring over his several $1,000 guitar and attempts to play another group of songs I never played on the channel, rather. So, my first ever console, I should say, was the Nintendo 64, which is a great console. And the first game I played was Wave Race 64. And as soon as I found out that Jules had a set right after me, I was like, hey, we should play a song together. And then he was like, okay, I'm down. And I said, what about the Wave Race 64 theme? And he was like, oh yeah, dude. So we one-upped that. It's not just the Wave Race 64 theme. We're doing a short Wave Race 64 medley. Heck yeah! And we're not done with the special guests. We still have a couple more to come up. So I had the pleasure of producing, you guys can come up now. I had a pleasure of visiting Family Jewels and Adriosaurus in the wonderful, always sunny land of San Diego, California this past summer. And we made this, I had an idea to do a song in the style of Earth, Wind, and Fire and optimize happiness for the song. Like, I wanted to make a song that you couldn't possibly listen to and be sad. So, unfortunately, I don't have the cowbell with me. I forgot the freaking cowbell. If anybody has a cowbell in the next 2 seconds, that would be great. No, we're all good, we're all good. So, for the first time ever live with a full band, we're gonna present one of the best projects I've worked on in the past year, Pollyanna from Mother. Featuring Sab Eiene on the alto saxophone and Adriana Figueroa on vocals. We really hope you enjoy this song and it leaves you with a positive feeling afterwards. So thank you for coming to our show and enjoy the rest of your PAX. And Jules is playing right after me. So he's gonna have a set of loud non-jazz. Yes. All right, this is Pollyanna, everybody.
Yeah, this is great. I believe a dream can still come true. Why shouldn't I believe the same in you? You may say I'm a fool, feeling the way that I do. I believe in friends and laughter and the wonders love can do. I believe in songs and magic, and that's why I believe in you. You may say I'm a fool, feeling this way without you. There's not much I can do. I'm gonna be this way my life through. Cause I still believe in miracles, I swear I've seen a few. And the time will surely come when you can see my point of view. I believe in second chances, and that's why I believe in you.
Thank you for coming, everybody.